Right now, an earthquake shakes the Northeast, and we are still feeling aftershocks. The damage near the epicenter in New Jersey.
The 4.8 magnitude quake's epicenter was located 45 miles west of New York City.
More than 24 people are out of their homes because of the quake.
On Friday, New York City and its surrounding areas were shaken by an earthquake, including aftershocks. One of the largest earthquakes was felt throughout the region from Boston to Philadelphia. New Yorkers experienced a lot of aftershocks. From coffee shops to couches, buildings, and everything was moving. The Statue of Liberty rattled, and Yankees Stadium field bounced during batting practice. At around 10:23 a.m., an earthquake occurred, catching everyone by surprise. The U.S. Geological Survey reports that it happened 4.7 kilometers underground, with its epicenter in Reddington Township, New Jersey, roughly 40 miles west of New York City. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the news that matters. Today, we're unpacking the seismic event that has New York and the surrounding areas on alert. Join us as we explore the details of this rare occurrence. On Friday morning, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake occurred near New York City, as reported by the U.S. Geological Survey. This event caused buildings to shake across the East Coast and took residents by surprise in a region not commonly affected by significant seismic events. A few homes were evacuated due to structural damage in New Jersey. People are scared and demand precautionary measures to avoid such incidents in the future. People from Baltimore to Boston reported feeling rumbling and shaking, with some running outside to try to detect the source. If we discuss the intensity of the earthquake and its effects, it won't be surprising why people are scared and why it is such a big deal. At 10:23 a.m. on Friday, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake shook the northeastern United States, the United States Geological Survey reported. The earthquake's center was located in Tewksbury, central New Jersey, approximately 40 miles west of New York City, and happened just past 10:20 a.m. ET with a depth of 4.7 kilometers, according to the USGS. The USGS has detected at least 25 aftershocks in central New Jersey, many of them being felt in New York City and across the region. At least 10 aftershocks were felt throughout the day, including an aftershock with a magnitude of 3.8 that occurred 37 miles west of New York City near Gladstone, New Jersey, at about 6 p.m., hitting at a depth of 9.7 kilometers. Initially believed to be a 4.0 magnitude event, it was later adjusted to 3.8. Several minor aftershocks were reported in New Jersey in the hours afterward, including one with a magnitude of 2.2 that struck at 1:32 p.m. near the original quake's epicenter, according to the USGS. Friday's earthquake was the largest in the tri-state area since 1973. Earthquakes are rare in this part of the world, making the event all the more significant. Experts have been quick to analyze the patterns, hoping to understand why the Earth moved as it did and what it might mean for the future. This aftershock was felt over a wide area, including Long Island, where residents reported their houses shaking. Seismologists have indicated that these aftershocks could persist for up to a week. People are asked to leave their homes because their buildings are being compromised and there is extensive damage to roofs, so residents are making arrangements to sleep somewhere safe. It was the third largest earthquake recorded in the area in the last 5 decades, and the strongest in New Jersey in more than 240 years, the USGS said. But with authorities reporting little or no damage and minimal travel disruptions, people soon resumed their everyday lives. This is one of the largest earthquakes on the East Coast in the last century, New York Governor Kathy Hochul said at a news conference. New Yorkers should go about their normal day, he said at a news conference. Mayor James Pittenger, whose town lies close to the earthquake's epicenter, reported no injuries or major damage, although the event left residents feeling shaken. I was sitting in my home office when things started to fall off the walls and shelves, Pittenger described, calling the event a crazy experience. In response to the earthquake, U.S. President Joe Biden has been in contact with New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, with the White House stating that the administration is ready to offer help as required. At a press conference alongside Mr. Adams, the Chancellor of New York City's schools assured that all public school students were safe and advised parents against picking up their children ahead of schedule. He also mentioned that he has been in contact with the White House regarding the situation. Earthquakes don't happen every day in New York, so this can be extremely traumatic, and the number of texts, calls, and inquiries that people send out not only to our administration, but to family members. Check in on them. We know how this can impact you, Adams said. Mayor Eric Adams of New York City acknowledged the possibility of aftershocks, but encouraged New Yorkers to continue their regular activities, noting that emergency services are actively ensuring the city remains safe. In case of an aftershock, Adams advised individuals to. New York City Emergency Management Commissioner Zachary Iskol said, "We activated our protocols for this earthquake. We immediately started coordinating with all city, state, federal, and utility partners. Public notifications were sent out both by Notify NYC and our wireless emergency alert system." Department of Buildings Commissioner James Otto said, "We are putting on additional construction and engineering professionals from this point on over the weekend, so if reports do come in, we will be ready to respond." City officials have advised that anyone noticing cracks in their homes or businesses due to the earthquake should contact 311 for assistance. New York City public schools have been instructed to maintain regular schedules, including normal dismissal times. Today's earthquake does not necessitate early pickup of students by parents. Furthermore, all after-school activities will proceed as scheduled, stated New York City Schools Chancellor David Banks. He reassured that all students and staff throughout our schools are safe. We have not received any reports of structural damage to school buildings, though many did experience some shaking from the earthquake. It wasn't just the ground that shook. So did the hearts and minds of millions who experienced the tremor. In the moments that followed, the community sought answers and assurance amidst the unfolding situation. A woman told CBS News how she saw buildings moving and was scared. Charita Walcott, a 38-year-old resident in the Bronx borough of New York, said the quake felt like a violent rumble that lasted about 30 seconds or so. It was kind of like being in a drum circle, that vibration. "I was lying in my bed, and my whole apartment building started shaking. I started freaking out," one New York City resident told CBS New York's Elijah Westbrook. "My class was scared, so my friends, they went next to me and gave me a hug." 6-year-old Trinity Morales told CBS New York's Jennifer Bizram. Visible cracks appeared on the walls of an apartment in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, following the earthquake. New York City has documented earthquakes for centuries, with 18 quakes of magnitude 2.4 or higher recorded since 1737. In 1884, a 5.2 magnitude quake was felt from Virginia to Maine, and more recent quakes include a 2.4 magnitude in Queens and Manhattan in 2001 and a 5.8 magnitude quake in Virginia in 2011 that was felt in NYC. This demonstrates that while unusual, New York City is no stranger to seismic activity. The USGS has issued a warning that nearly 75% of the United States could be at risk of experiencing damaging earthquakes within the next 100 years. The importance of preparedness cannot be overstated in this context. Being prepared for an earthquake involves understanding the risks specific to your area, securing your home to reduce damage, having an emergency plan in place, and keeping an emergency kit with supplies for at least 72 hours. This type of catastrophic event doesn't happen often, but still, it shakes out the community. Even though people are scared, their morals are high. As New York moves forward from the tremor, the focus remains on recovery and readiness. Through it all, the community's resilience shines, a testament to New Yorkers' ability to stand strong in the face of adversity. Have you ever experienced an earthquake? How do you prepare for such unpredictable events? Share your stories and tips in the comments below. Your insights can help others stay safe and informed. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth look at New York's unexpected quake. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates and analyses on the news that impacts you. Stay safe and see you in the next video.